You know how much I love Alex storage units in my studio. Well, I want to share with you what I've done with the latest one that I bought. Hi, I'm Kim Jamison Hurst of Chatterbox Quilts, and yes, I have added another Alex unit to my studio. So why did I do that? Well, I love Alex units. I use them to store thread, I use them to store notions, I use them to store bobbins, you name it, I store them in my Alex units. And I have several of them already in my studio, but I recently added a new one. And by the way, they're from IKEA if you didn't know. But I recently added a new one and it's a little bit different than the other Alex units I have. So I wanted to tell you why I got it, and I want to tell you something about it that I want to make sure you're aware of because I wasn't. So why did I need to get another Alex unit besides the fact that I think they look so great in my studio? Well, it's because I needed somewhere to store my ruler templates. Now, if you have not yet gone into ruler work, but you may at some point in time, let me tell you, it is a deep dive. It's a rabbit hole, and you're going to end up with all kinds of rulers that you are going to need to store. So it was okay at first. I stored them in a IKEA Trofast deeper bin, about a medium-sized bin, I guess. And so that worked for a while, and I could have them all this way, okay, vertical rather than horizontal because they're acrylic and I don't want them all piling up and, might damage some of them. Not to mention they're much harder to see when they're stored that way. You have to take them all out to get the bottom. So I was good for a while, but then as I got more and more rulers, that solution wasn't working out very well. So I had to find some other way to store them, and the Alex unit is perfect for this. Now, this particular unit is different from my other ones in that it has 3 drawers at the top and then a big filing cabinet drawer at the bottom. And I'm going to show you what I've got in there in just a sec. But the difference with these is most of the other ones have, I believe, I have to look here and see, 5 drawers. So 2 small ones and 3 larger ones in the units that are this size. There's some that are even bigger, but I don't have those in my studio. So what I found was that this bottom drawer, this file cabinet drawer, if you will, was perfect for storing my rulers in. So I had to get some legal size hanging folders, and then I was able to put my rulers in them, and some of them I have sets. So for example, I have a Spinifex 11 set there. Others I have, oh, here's more sets. Winter collection, more sets. Let's see, I'm sure I have some singles here somewhere. Okay, here's some singles. So some of them, if they're smaller templates, I have a couple of them. Like here I have a Spinifex Snowflakes and another Spinifex 4. I could put a couple of them inside one hanging file folder, okay? So I want to maximize my space. Now having said that, I have other drawers, right? So we got to make use of those too. So what did I store in those? Well, in one of them I have some of the patterns from Sew Steady, and I also store, I like to experiment and have some fun with designs in a big sketchbook, and so I have that in this drawer too, and it fits in really well. I also have some sets that, the Ruler Work kit and the Janome Ruler Work kit that are a bit bigger and have some other things in them, and so I was able to put them in one of these drawers rather than taking up more space down here. And in the very, very top, I have different notions. So I have a Space Engage from Sew Steady. I have, what do I have here? Space Engage, Echo Guides. I've got some embroidery tape, arrows. I've got lots of different things I use when I'm ruler quilting, so they fit in there as well. So I really like using this storage. It's easy for me to see the rulers I have in here. No, I have not yet labeled the file folders, and I'm not sure that I will. It's not that hard to find the rulers in here just by quickly flipping through. So I really like this. Now, there was something I wanted to mention to you though that I didn't know when I bought this. I just kind of assumed, that it was kind of the same, except a little bit different, right? Except for the drawer. But there's a difference in the bottom of this unit as well. The other Alex units I have where they have 5 drawers in them, I was able to put wheels or casters, as IKEA calls them, on the bottom because I love to be able to move things around in my studio. It's just really helpful. And this one, because of how it's constructed on the bottom, you're not able to do that. So I was not able to add wheels to it, which was very upsetting for me. But it comes with these little sliders, so kind of rectangular sliders, and I added some of those felt. You know how you put in the bottom of furniture legs? You can get those little felt pads that you put on. So I put some of those on as well, so I can actually move it around. I mean, I don't move this one around a ton, but it is under my long arm, so I do need to move it out when I move my long arm out to use it. So that's one caveat, is if you want to get this and you're hoping to put wheels on it, probably not going to happen. It's just not wide enough on the bottom. The base that's on the bottom is not wide enough to do that. So, but does it work well for ruler templates? Absolutely. So I was glad that I was able to find a great storage solution for my rulers, and I was glad that I was able to add another Alex to the Chatterbox Quilts studio. Thanks for watching today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and remember to subscribe and hit the bell so you'll be notified the next time I release a new video. And for more helpful quilting information, be sure to go to my website at www.chatterboxquilts.com.